Good morning. 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 How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. And hope that you are too. Morning. 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 How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. And I hope that you are too. Hey, y'all. So it says I have three in the room. Let me share this out real quick. Pray everybody. Hey, pretty saucy savage. Good morning, honey. How are you? Pray all is well with you and the fam. This is gonna be a quick live because I am driving. Um and so I decided to pull over um instead of trying to drive. Y'all know I typically show my face, but today, one with me driving, and two, well, I'm not driving. Not paused. I parked in the parking lot so I wouldn't get thrown off because I do want to see the comments. Um, I want to tell you guys just kind of a little bit about where I've been, why I hadn't been as live. Hey, Shay's Journey, how are you, my love? Um, just kind of share with you guys where my head has been, sort of what's going on, and just a little bit. So, um, one, physically, I'm okay. I'm fine. Uh, No more than, a headache here and there. I have had some um palpitations from like stress and stuff, but I'm okay. I'm learning to reduce my stress. The beautiful thing about an Apple Watch is that you can monitor your heart rate, which is something that I have to do. And so, even if I'm watching something on TV, like the news or something real simple, if my heart rate goes up, I turn it off. And so, just kind of been working on that. Then I don't know if you guys saw the video with the protests here in Memphis, and the fact that our water is being threatened by a pipeline. And so I've gotten really involved in that and like engulfed in trying to study federal law with that, as well as city and state and county, because our drinking water is threatened. And we just went through this, what did they call it, the snow blast of 2021, where several pipes bust in Memphis, and so we had to have a boil only water alert, and that was hard. It was hard for there were so many pieces to that I don't think they thought about. Like my brother was drinking water from the bathroom sink, and which the only time he does that is when we're brushing his teeth. But because we had a boil water alert, he couldn't go and get water from the refrigerator. And so there were several times that I caught him drinking water from the bathroom sink, and trying to figure out how to even maneuver that. Like they don't think about the most times when people think about tragedies, they think about the typical people. They never think about, hey, Nell Court. They never think about those who already live with accommodations. So really, really fighting for that. Truthfully, the oil company, thanks to President Trump, has all the permits that they need to proceed forward. It's just two pieces of property here in the city that the city has that I think is very vital to their progression. And so the city keeps delaying the vote to sell it to them or not. And the truth is, whoever they sell it to, somebody could easily come in and act like they're just a regular buyer and then sell it right to the land company, oil company, and the pipeline still gets ran. So definitely have to be mindful about the laws that are put in place to truly, truly protect our water. Memphis is known for the sweetest water in the world. And the more I learn about our water and the natural, like God did our like like nobody can tell me there's not a God the way this water aquifer is created under Memphis that has its own natural flow of water, and the water rarely has to be what do you call it? Like there's nothing that really has to be done to it. We could drink straight from our well water and it would be fine. And so there's a lot of moving pieces to that. The University of Memphis was already doing a 5-year, $5 million study that started 2 years ago, which I just found that out, and that increased our water rate. And so, if we're only 2 years into the study, I think if you bring in this oil company, um, you're gonna mess up the study, and that's too much money to waste, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm definitely gonna do my part as an advocate and an activist for this city, in this state, and truthfully, the world, because I remember when they were trying to lay the Dakota uh, access pipeline in. Hey, Minister of Music, Terrence Trower. Um, and I was standing with the Standing Rock reservation, because my grandmother taught me, if they can do it to the least of these, what's considered the least of these, it can be done to you. And so little did I know, even standing with them, that that pipeline filters out through here. So um, this is a learning process for me, but I do know that going into any battle, you have to, hey, twin, you have to know both sides and fully understand what's happening here. And the greatest egregious act is environmental racism. Um, Found out that the neighborhood that I grew up in, the neighborhood that I still call home, the neighborhood that we have Sunday dinners, is 4 times more likely than any neighborhood in Memphis for individuals to get cancer. And so my mom was kind of wrapped up in that too, because the more I learn about, you know, this environmental racism thing, it makes me think, okay, did the community in the city that my mom loved so much play a part in her death? Um, because my mom was very young. She was 39 when she first got diagnosed with cancer. So that's neither here nor there. Just kind of wanted to let you guys know where my head is with it. Um, and again, not giving up any hope or anything to that nature. God has the last say so, and I'm just relentless. So I'm gonna relentlessly be me to protect my family's property. Um, Rant time, y'all. I've said several times before. I'm gonna start with this rant first. YouTube, for some, is a place that they come to for refuge to escape their real world. And I'm not going to tell anybody that that's a bad idea. I'm not going to tell anybody that they're wrong for that, because there are so many positive things that do happen on YouTube. There are so many positive conversations that happen on YouTube. There are so many conversations that aren't considered positive but necessary for growth, the growth of our people, that happen on YouTube, and the progression of America as a whole that happen on YouTube. So YouTube isn't this horrible place filled with horrible people ready to just suck the life out of everybody. However, we do run into some people like that, right? Um, but you can't put that jacket on everybody, because that's not everybody's intent. That's not everybody's MO. Like, some people are genuinely here um to spread awareness, to use their voice, and to network and meet new people. I look at YouTube content creators as coworkers, right? When you have coworkers, you don't not go to work because you don't like a particular person. You know how to be cordial. That doesn't mean you agree with everything your boss says. It doesn't mean you agree with everything your coworkers say. It means you need your job, you want your paycheck, and you know how to be cordial. That's also called adulting. Um, because again, in order for you to be successful, you have to meet new people. You can't stay within the same circles. You can't limit yourself. If you were to look at my what do you call it, is it like the people that I'm subscribed to, you will find that there are a variety of people, and I'm intentional about that. I'm very intentional about that because one, I'm not above anything. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to turn my nose up at anybody. Um, Two, I'm not below certain things. And what I mean by that is uh, I know that I can be up this hour and down the next hour. So I make it my business to make sure that what I put out is positive. I make it my business to make sure that any chat that I'm in, if I'm um, commenting, that I'm saying something that adds to the conversation and not takes away from the conversation. Um, but I'm saying this to say this: we're all grown, right? And if you have individual relationships with people outside of YouTube, that you've met on YouTube, then it's imperative that you know that person, and that you work on truly getting to know them, because friendships should never fall out or um, what do you call it, end because of YouTube. YouTube is an app that we use, I know for me, to spread awareness, motivate, uplift, encourage, empower, um, safe place for the uncomfortable but necessary conversations. Um, and so it's just imperative that you know why you're here. Because if you don't, then thank you, Jessica Gold TV. Welcome. If you don't, then you'll be swayed in many, many directions. The second thing is to have your own mind. Just because you're in a particular chat does not mean that you agree with everything that's happening in that chat. It's okay to continue to have your own mind. And as content creators, it's our business to ensure that we protect it and allow people to have their own thoughts and their own ideology and their own um, just opinion about things. And it's okay if that opinion differs. Um, I heard someone say yesterday that it is the content creator job to talk and the subscriber's job to listen. Well, that's not how my channel is ran. Yes, I want to talk. Yes, I want you guys to hear me, but I also want you guys to talk. I want you guys to get to know each other. Because who knows? I'm gonna use Tony and Minister of Music Terrence Trower. Tony um, cooks and does different keto friendly meals. She also does some just some regular lives talking. Minister Music of Terrence Trower often does um, church and worship and things of that nature. But they're two different in two different areas. But those two different areas could easily be blended together if, let's say, somebody in Minister of Music's Terrence Trower wanted to try going keto, or try going vegan. That's something that Tony can offer. So we have to be careful about assuming who can offer what. The other thing is rich people don't talk about being rich. Um, Rich people, 9 times out of 10, eh, if you were to even see them in public, you wouldn't really know they're rich because they just don't waste money like that. Um, and I think we're at a place. I know for me as an adult, I just don't care what the next person has. To God be the glory. I rejoice with those who rejoice. I pray for those who are downtrodden. Like that, yeah, that's life. Um, I think that's the third thing because I already did one too. The third and final thing I want to tell y'all: stop letting people tell you. Sorry about that, y'all. Who God is. You have to know God for yourself. And when I say people, I'm talking about the pastors, um, the evangelists, the bishops, the archbishops, the mother board, deacon board, finance committee, usher board, uh, minister of music. Um, I could go on. Minister of Outreach, children's. Good morning, Fantastic Travels. How are you, Sherry? Um, like, stop letting people tell you who God is. Get to know God for yourself. And and that's just for those who want to know God like that. In that, you will find, hey, Gio, you will find your voice. You will find who you are. You will be able to stand on who you are, and nobody can tell you anything different. I've said all along that, this isn't a platform, a Christian platform. But I do believe in God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's my belief. I believe in the triune God. However, I'm not going to push him down your throat, nor am I going to judge you if you believe or if you don't believe. But I also think that has to go both ways. Give people grace. Just because somebody loves God, just because somebody references God, doesn't make them perfect. We're humans. There is no such thing as perfect. We all sin. We all come short of God's glory daily. That's why we get brand new mercies. That's why we get brand new grace every day, because we're going to mess up. But seeing these different just I hate to see people looking to people. um Hey, positive pusher. I didn't. um I hate to see people pushing people um to a place where they feel backed up. um Another reason why I guess this is kind of hard for me. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad I came on. It was this time 3 years ago that a young lady that I had been mentoring, to the best of my ability, I saw that she was spiraling out of control. But anybody that addressed her, she pushed away. And so I prayed for her. Um, and when I would reach out, it would simply be, just letting you know I love you, just letting you know I'm here, just letting that's how I would do that. Because I noticed that anybody that tried to come with correction, she would push away, and I just didn't feel like that was the time for correction. Um, because truthfully, I've always been that person. I will be your biggest cheerleader, and I will encourage you to the depths, the end. But I'm also that friend that will um, tell you the truth. And I expect the same from you. So like if I call you friend, it's because I know that, oh, thank you, Vermont. Thank you, Bruce. And congratulations again. Um, I just lost my train of thought. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me one quick second. Sorry about that, y'all. I had to take a quick call. Um, but it was thank you again, Bruce. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And congratulations again, Bruce, on your monetization. Um, and so she posted a text on Facebook that says, I'm going home. And my heart was so happy because she had moved from here to be with her husband who was in the Navy. And when I saw her saying, I'm getting ready to go home, in my mind, I thought she was coming back to Memphis. And the next day, and I'd seen I'd seen a news article about it, but didn't think anything about it. It was the next day that her mom shared a news article, and it was actually her. She had driven her car into a river and committed suicide. And it was so hard for me because I saw the spiraling. Um, I saw it was like how you can see a car crash about to happen, but there's nothing you can do but literally watch it. And it sticks with me. It sticks with me through everything that I do, every person that I talk to. Um, and so that's why I go so hard when I'm encouraging people to love themselves, to understand themselves, to know themselves. Losing my best friend last year, I I still hadn't recovered from that. I would be lying if I told you I recovered from that. No, because there were so many things that were um what's the word? That were uh unpacked. That's a good word. Hey, pretty chocolate girl, thank you for coming in. Discovered things that I didn't know. Um, and even from a perspective of the LGBTQIA plus community, realizing the importance of saying I'm an ally. Um, because you think that when you say, oh, um, that's between you and God, I still love you for you. Just don't bring that around me, that's acceptance, but it's not acceptance. It's no different than a white person saying your skin being black is between you and God. Um, but I mean, I accept you for being black, but just don't bring them black people around me. And hey, sincerely yours, Nadia A. Thank you. And it took me losing my friend to see that. It took me seeing how we were at, you know, dinners and barbecues together with our families and him being embraced and loved by everybody, and me not realizing that everybody didn't accept that part of his life. Um, and I didn't find out about this until after his death and reading his journal. And so that's why I care. I've always been this way all my life. Even as a kid, I care about those whom other people think can be tossed away, because you can't be tossed away. Um, Nobody is disposable. Good morning, Miss Pam. Thank you for coming in. Nobody is disposable. Everybody life matter. And when I say everybody's life matter, that's not me even speaking from a um activist standpoint. This is me just speaking from being an individual, being a human being. And I think sometimes we forget that. And especially on um these YouTube streets. Um, because if we did remember it, we wouldn't say some of the vile stuff that we say. And it's so easy to get away from um, our core, our values. And And guess what? As you grow, some of your core values are going to change. As you get older, some things you're going to just see differently. As the world turns, we're all going to see some things differently. There are going to be an example, something I used to say, I'll never forget. Um, Having a conversation with my brother and asking him, what does the Bible say when it comes to homosexuality? And not realizing that by me saying, what does the Bible say, I'm automatically um, inferring that he's the sin. And that's not what I was trying to do. I was trying to, again, let him know, don't let nobody tell you. You figure out and you search for yourself. And so, let me see. I'm sorry because I caught. Oh, thank you, Miss Pam. You are too. YouTube has been a blessing to me. Well, hello, TI90X. Thank you for coming in, big brother. It's so good to see you. But it also causes pain and hurt. Yes. And so Fantastic Travel, here's one thing I can honestly say. Um, you For me, I had to realize my purpose. And when you know your purpose for YouTube, nobody can sway you. It has definitely been a while. No one can sway you. No one can tell you um, anything different. I refuse to get caught up in um, high school, middle school type arguments. I'm not doing that. I refuse to um, feel confined to a particular area, or um, not welcome in a particular area. I'm not going to accept that, because at the end of the day, I don't even know what my purpose is in some areas. I know that I've definitely had to pray a lot more here lately than I have in a while. Uh, but that's life. It happens. That's life. It happens. So I guess as far as the rant part, I don't know if it was really a rant or motivation or encouragement, but those are the things that I'm just saying. Get to know God for yourself, because the more I get to know God for myself, the more I see some of the teachings that we were taught were not okay. Um, some of the doctrine that has been piled on top of what God word actually says isn't okay. Um, And in order for us to be free, we have to go and search for those things for ourselves. So I wouldn't tell anybody anything of the sort. But what I do want people to know about Aisha is if I say I care, I care. If I say I don't care, 9 times out of 10, I really don't care. And I say 9 times out of 10 because there may be a 1% chance where I do care, but I say I don't care because I just don't want to be a part of it. Um, and so in those times, I'll pray it and don't say it, if that makes sense. But before I take anything away from anything, my goal is to always add to it truthfully and to never take away. And I know you should never say never, but I just feel like if I can't add anything positive, then I'm definitely not gonna take away or add anything negative. And that's just me. Um, and everybody ain't gotta believe it, everybody ain't gotta accept it, everybody ain't gotta I mean, it's almost like some people look for your fall, or try to find faults or make, something bigger than what it is. And I choose to guard my peace. I choose to guard what I listen to, as well as what I watch. And that's just me. That's how I can stay in a place of peace. If I were to be clear, like truly, like these last 2 weeks, I have been super depressed. That's the best word I can say. I've been very depressed. I've been, like I said, thinking about the young lady I mentored, still dealing and wrestling with my friend, and then, my grandparents' land, being considered in jeopardy, and thinking about our family, and how this pipeline affects majority of my family, because a majority of my family lives along the route of this pipeline. Thinking about how I'm not in school this semester. Hey, the blind guy show, good morning. I'm not in school this semester, so I beat myself up about that, when in actuality I knew that this semester was going to be hard, because I have my nephew. But what many don't know is I also have my son's friend in my house now. So I have 2 boys in my custody that aren't mine, but that I've taken in like mine, and a dog. So now I have 3 dogs in my house, but I've taken in like mine, just because I don't want to see them on the street, and I don't want, they're so close to graduating, that whatever I can do to help is exactly what I want to do, and this help. So my time has been kind of focused there. So I apologize to my subscribers. I apologize to those of you that have been a part of my membership, because I hadn't even done a members only live, and I'm sorry. I thank you guys for supporting me, because truthfully, if it wasn't for uh, memberships, I probably wouldn't even get um, an AdSense check, because my videos, for some reason, don't draw that much AdSense revenue. However, my daughter said that I'm being, hey, Mr. Fulton, thank you for the raid. My daughter says I'm being recommended on by YouTube now, so, or suggested. So I don't know, but that's pretty cool if that is the case. But yeah, like I I am who I am. I'm not gonna change who I am to accommodate anybody. And what I mean by that, friend, yes, ma'am, I add tags. I also have TubeBuddy mobile. I don't have it on my computer, but I have it on my phone, and it even helps me with the tags. Um, and so, yes, ma'am. I will say I hadn't this last month, or really the month of January and February, I hadn't been consistent. Like, I was coming on every day at one point. But now it's like once a month, twice a month. And so my goal is to get better about that, but I had to get some other things out of the way. And one of the kids that I have in my home, he's a senior. But he is in project graduation, so he goes to school from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Thursday. That's a lot. And so I see when he gets tired. I can see when he's overwhelmed. And so I spend a lot of time trying to focus on him, and that's not even my son. Hey, hey, is that Muff? I can see where he's so I try to just be there to encourage him along the way. And then as I stated with myself, like I've been real fatigued, just real, and I know it's because my mind is still dealing with all those things. And even with having to pack up my mom's house at the last minute, and so those boxes are still there and needing to go through that stuff. And um so yeah, so it's been a lot, truthfully, that's kind of kept me from YouTube as far as running my page, but I've tried to support others. um yeah, and in supporting others, it has to be understood that just because you go a particular place, it doesn't mean you agree with everything. I'm a YouTube content creator. In my mind, other YouTube content creators are my coworkers. I can be cordial with anybody. My granny says the time of day belongs to everybody. It takes nothing, no energy for me to say hello, goodbye, um, how are you? Like, and if that's considered fake, I think some people probably need to rethink that and readjust that, because it's not fake. It's called being cordial, being polite, being respectful, and respecting the space that you're in. And that's how I was raised. And so I'm not going to change that for anybody. Anybody. Um, I hate it. I try my best to protect my daughter, even though she's grown. She'll be 25 next month. Her and her husband started a YouTube channel in 2018. They just started pushing it after they got married in 2020. So they started it in 2019. And yes, it's just manners and keeping the fabric of society safe. Absolutely. Hey, Katonio, how are you? Thank you, Gio. Um, and so today she saw the post. She saw my I'm very cordial, not really friendly. People do too much. And see, and being cordial is 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 fine. I don't think there's anything fake about that. Um, and I agree, some people do too much. I love you too, Sherry. Um, Cassandra, I need I still have the Apple gift card, but I don't know how to get it to you. Um, does Miss T have your email? Because if she has your email, then I can send you the picture of it, or I can email you the information. Um, it doesn't take nothing to just be cordial and be nice, and that's not fake. Um, I'm from the South. Um, I can talk to, I can hold a conversation with a brick wall if it was to respond. That's just how I am. I got ends and U's and conduct all through school because it was hard for Aisha to keep her mouth closed. So yeah, like, and I love people. I love getting to know people. I love meeting different people. I don't like seeing people suffer. I don't like seeing people argue. I don't like. I don't get thrills off of that. That doesn't. yeah, that part doesn't excite me at all. But I love great, meaningful um, m- conversations, dialogue, um, and things that will help us grow. You know, growth is necessary, and some people don't want to grow. Pushes, pushes. I was talking to growing up. Oh yeah, I got a plenty of beatings about that child. Close your mouth. But yeah, and so I think I kind of covered all the bases. I told you guys kind of what's going on in my private life, which my life isn't private. I'm definitely an open book. My daughter has some health stuff going on. My youngest daughter, so we'll be taking her Friday to the Children's Hospital here to get some tests run. Um, my oldest daughter, what I was about to say is I try my best to protect her, and it wasn't until today she saw the video that I made stating I don't take bullying lightly, and I was really trying to protect her because I know how she loves her grandmother, and so it was just her seeing that video today, and she was like, "You the most genuine person I know on you. I mean, in real life and on YouTube." And I'm like, "Yeah." And so for you to know me, you got to know that I'm not too worried about any of this. And this is old stuff. She just so happened to just see it, but at the same time, I have to tell her, "Don't worry about me. I'm okay. You know me." And if anything, I hope that I can teach her that you don't have to respond to everything. And when you do respond, you can I cuss somebody out? Yes, 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 we all can. Hell, it's in my DNA. My mama was the number one cusser, like putting words together that I don't even think go together, but had no. So it's cussing out in my spirit. Can I do it? Does it exist? Have I done it? Yes. Is that who I am? No. And so I do my best to stay true to me because I got to wake up with me. And so what good is it for me to cuss somebody out, for me to only get through cussing you out, and then I'm convicted because I cussed you out, because that's not me. So no, like, you got to stay true to you. Whatever you do, stay true to you. Last week, and at some point I am going to do it. A couple of videos I got. One of them is when helping people goes wrong. We're going to talk about that, because you could think, well, if you're helping somebody, how can it go wrong? It can go wrong, but by it going wrong, it doesn't mean you did anything wrong. As long as your intent and your motive um, is where it's supposed to be. You can't, what do you call it? Dictate someone else's response. You're not responsible for anybody else's response. Um, Muffy says every action don't call for absolutely, it does not. And uh, Positive Pusher says don't give people power to change who you are or take you out of character. Exactly. And so I'm gonna be me. And being me can one thing that I've seen, because I keep hearing people say, I watch how people move. I watch how people move. I watch how people move. I ain't got time to watch how people move. I watch people, and that's what gives me um what do you call it, a true reflection. A person can only fool you for so long. Like, I'm I'll be a year old on YouTube in May. I'm still learning a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Um, but the one thing that I came here with, and that even if I were to leave today with, is I'm me. I ain't changing me for nobody. Those that like it will come. Those that don't will not. Bless up, Cindy. One love. Thank you, twin. Um, but as long as I make a difference, and I feel that I have, based on the responses I get from others, um, Am I the biggest content creator? No. Do I make the greatest amount? Hey, Light Bright T, what's up, love? Have I made the most money possible? No. I've probably given um YouTube and content creators, I know for a fact more than I've made off of YouTube. Um, but for me, it's sewing. Um, if I give you some money, yeah, I'm okay. If I give you some money, that's me um sewing into your platform. Period. Point blank. I don't want nothing else from you. I don't expect nothing from you. The end. I holla. We good. Um, that's just who I am. And I'm not gonna change that either. This whole hearing talking behind the scenes, I'm like, what is that? So apparently, if you cash up that's talking behind the scenes. If you emailing with somebody that's talking behind the scenes, none of that makes sense to me. If this is a job and the goal is to collaborate, the goal is to grow, the goal is to elevate. And how can you do that if you don't have a conversation with anyone? I literally emailed a content creator yesterday asking what's the proper way to contact you, because apparently if you email people, that's considered talking behind the scene. I've never seen any type of corporation, business that can run without people being able to communicate with people offline, not in front of everybody, because everything isn't everybody's business. Like it's 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 futile to me. Uh, even I don't even know if that's the right word to use. I can't comprehend that type of thinking, because I'm a firm believer in what I know. I want you to know. When I grow, I want you to grow. Um, I don't want to leave anybody behind. I don't want anybody to be informationless. I don't, and that's just me. That doesn't make me a good person. That doesn't make me a bad person. It just makes me Aisha, and that's it. I'm just Aisha. Some people are just ungrateful. Yeah, the new word is bizarre. That's true. It's all about maturity. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's all about how you think. I don't think in a way of someone always trying to get over on me, or someone like, how can I say this? And it's probably because I don't do it, but I don't think that someone is automatically out to get me. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Um, I assume that every interaction is a genuine interaction until a person shows me different. And then when you show me different, it's all good. Know better, do better. That's it. We can move on. Uh, yeah, that shit crazy. That's from the South. That statement is from the South for real. But some of it is to that degree. Um, that it's just like, and so one thing I've learned, I can truly say I've learned, is you will go stark crazy if you try to understand the um, different ways of communicating in all the different sectors. Just stay true to yourself and you're golden. Absolutely. That's all I got. And I firmly believe, grits, I firmly believe that when you do that, stay true to yourself, you ain't got to worry about it. And so you can't be hurt if you've gifted or sown somewhere and those people mistreat you. You can't, because you did it from your heart. Um, yes, girls raised in the South. You don't really care what anybody else thinks about what you have to say. You just say what needs to be said, and they can eat it or not, take it or leave it. Now, one thing I will say, and I'm gonna post this on my community wall. As a matter of fact, can somebody type this in the chat for me? If you're gonna talk crap about somebody, yeah, I really not want to cuss, but I'm trying to work on that. Don't block them. That is the most cowardice thing in the world. If you have somebody blocked, you should not use their name in a chat at all. Ain't nothing cool about that. It's a one-way argument. You're not allowing that person to say nothing back to you. And I just found that out this weekend. So that goes to show you that I'm still yes, thank you. If you're gonna talk crap about somebody, don't block them because you don't give them an opportunity to respond. This weekend, I didn't realize how many people get how many people actually has me blocked until I went back and watched a live in incognito. And that's the crazy thing. You do know when you watch a live in incognito, you can see all comments, which means if you're blocked or not, you can see them. So it does no good to block someone if you're going to talk crap about them. It just does not make sense. That part doesn't make sense. And so I just found that funny because I think it was Sunday. You all right, positive. I do too, dear. And the people that type fast, I don't think they be typing fast. I think they have their stuff already out and use copy paste. I believe it because I'm learning how to do that with I was saying with modding, but I think I only mod two places. Really mod. Well, no, Vermont, and I think Twin and mod on your channel. So that's four. Positive, Twin, Bruce. Yeah, Reed. So don't feel bad. I type slow too. Right, Cindy. Yes. So I went back and I looked at a live in incognito, and I missed half the darn live. Oh, or if you block some, hold on. Or if you block some other creator, hold on, child, y'all know. So let me tell y'all, I got the no line bifocals, and I still have to take my glasses off sometimes to read. Or if you block some other creator, have a conversation to tell them why and that you did it. So if you run into a live and see people chatting to them and you have no idea you're blocked, immature, yes. Like Ray said, I'm off from my phone, so I eventually started typing fast. Honey, listen, this I don't know what the younger generation is called. These millennials, baby, them jokers can type like 10 key. They don't even be looking at their phone. My kids be looking straight at me and responding to people. I'm like, how the hell y'all doing it? And I mean, I'm talking just and yeah. Hey, Ebo shot. I felt that in my shanana. That's it. How about we just don't talk crap? Where's the love? Where's the adults? Hello, any adults in the room? Like, but when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I was tickled. Like, I can be in a live with somebody that I don't interact with or I don't have the common ground with. And it is what it is. My block list is not long at all. There's like 3 people on there. I can't. That's the truth about texting and typing though. Real talk. My kids don't even look at their phone. I'm like, how do y'all do this? And they just be like they tinky, and so yeah. But when I realized how many people actually had me blocked, I was like, dang, what I do to them? But oof, I guess since I'm on a rant, let me put this one out here. Um, aren't you an Alabama State alumni? No, 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 no. I'm actually currently at the University of Memphis, still working on my bachelor's. Um, but no, I started out at Lemoyne, went to Christian Brothers, and now I'm at the University of Memphis. At the Positive Pusher, that is me, but it makes it hard for me to understand the thought process. Like, Sherry, let's stop right there. Do not try to understand the thought process of others. The blind guy show says, try typing on your phone with the screen reader. Okay. You're from Alabama. Okay. Yeah. I'm from Tennessee. Not far though. I'm from Memphis. Um, M Town in house representing. Um, yeah, Sherry, don't try to think, because you can't. And that's the truth. Like, that's the one part that I learned. What's up, my brother from another mother? Shelby kind of stand up late to the party. But greetings to Aisha of Memphis, listening to you live on YouTube from Philadelphia. Thank you, my Philly brother. Gotcha. Texas, Texas bred, the positive pusher. Well, I go on, Cindy. Um, But yeah, so when I realized how many people had me blocked, I was like, dang, I ain't realized that many people had me blocked. And then I tried to think about it. I was like, oh, well, what did I do? And what I realized, if I had to make me, like, if this was a sermon and I had to pull out a point too, it's called block by association. Some people will block you just because of the people they associate themselves with, not realizing that they could be blocking a blessing, because God may be trying to do some things, but the person that God is using, you decided to block because you don't like who the person like, or you decided to let go of someone because you um just don't like them, again, because of who they're affiliated with. And a lot of people say this is just you. Positive Pusher says, I am a witness, girl. Um, like life. YouTube, I often hear people say, this is just an entertainment app. I can click on it when I want to, click off of it when I want to. And that's on that. I don't see YouTube that way. I see YouTube as an opportunity for me to voice my opinions, for me to voice my concerns, for me to bring awareness and bring light to situations that we don't typically talk about. I see it, my platform, that is, as a safe place for the uncomfortable but necessary conversations. I see my platform is a refuge. If you're in my chat, you're gonna be respected. Period. I don't care what beefs are, you're gonna be respected. It's a safe haven for the LGBTQIA plus. Even though I don't even know if I have any that genuinely following me, that are genuinely in, but they will be respected, period, here in the chat and on the panel. That's just my rule. That's it. That's it. That's all. When it comes to that, because everybody have their own beliefs, and that's fine. But I believe in respecting people, and I also expect the same from them. I'm not a cisgendered woman. I am a woman. So therefore, respect me and call me a woman, and I'm going to do the same and respect you, um, in whatever capacity. Have a good day, Gio. Thank you. Um, and so yeah, that will be the last of my rant. I believe I'm a part of the community myself. Okay, Mom. It's the human condition. It happens. Children in adult bodies. You stand up, you speak your truth, you will be despised. I accept it as part of the life cycle. Derek ago push saying Derek, the last part, I totally get out. Oh, thank you, the blind guy show. I try, and that's why I feel like I've let my those who genuinely support me down because I hadn't just done any lives. But y'all, when I tell you my mind has been so over the place, like everywhere, and I think I said I would never do a live fully on the black screen because I want to be up close and personal. I want you guys to see my face, my eyes, my um what do you call it? My responses, my emotions, all of that. And so even for today, this is different, but I just needed to get it out, and um, it's not like I'm looking a plum fool or nothing. It's just yeah, I ain't feel like being on camera. Um, Derek keeps on kicking it anyway. Okay, and and that's why I want to. I'm gonna get back to them, y'all. That is a promise. It's just I had to figure out this. I had to figure out school. I have to figure out what's going on with my baby. Um, like I said, her pica has increased greatly. We don't know why. Um, and so she's picked up weight, like a tremendous amount of weight in a short period of time. So there's a lot going on. The blind guy show says I hardly use a camera, venting the human condition in its therapeutic. Yeah, but it's rare I come on here and vent. I invented about 10, 15 things, I think. Um, yeah. And so it's all good. No love lost. I'm sorry. I will definitely be back in effect. Thank you again to all of my members. Um, yeah, thank you again to all of my members. Fantastic Travel. I'm gonna get back on it. I promise you. I have to prepare for a um I'm in the middle of writing an article for the city, which is huge. Um but frightening at the same time. Um but I think it's necessary. So yeah. So I've been working on that too. I have missed them lives, but I love watching yours. Yeah, I will get back on track, y'all. That's for sure. Um, and I'm working on balance. Um, so yeah, it'll get back to where it it should be. Um, I hope my brother from another mother. Um, but it's a smaller paper, and however, typically if it's a great article, the commercial appeal will pick it up and credit still myself in the original paper that put it out. Um, have a good day, Blind Guy Show. Thank you so much for coming in. I feel like I hadn't seen you in forever, so I will make sure I get over to your channel. I will say to all of my members that have channels, though, one thing I do is try to go back and watch any videos or lives, or if you hadn't done anything recently but it's old, I'll still go back and watch and let you know. I'll type in the chat. Aisha, I sure hope you continue school. Yes. Oh, that degree will be through this year. Yeah. A sense of accomplishment and pride for the rest of your life. No one said absolutely. It will be completed this year. I was really shooting for May. Um, but May isn't. I ain't gonna say isn't gonna happen. Doesn't look like May is gonna happen right now, but we'll see. We do have lives outside of YouTube. I understand. I'm back in school taking oh, baby, I'm so good. Oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm so done with the statistics. Yes, yes, God. Yes. Oh, Lord, give positive all the energy and understanding that she needs for statistics, Lord. Help her to remember those formulas. Help us to remember those um the different systems that they teach her to put this stuff in. Whew, in Jesus' name, all I can say is I passed it with a B. Um, it won't. I'm in the like I'm still working on school, even though I'm not in an actual class this semester. Um, because I'm still completing my portfolio. Which is a God thing, I guess, because 15 hours of my portfolio is about I created it myself, and it's about um self advocacy and empowerment. And so in 2019, was it 2019? The 2018 2019 school year, I got a school shut down. Um, Now I'm on this um, I'm protesting against the pipeline. And so these are all things that I can add to my those 15 hours of that part of my degree that I committed for myself. And there's a lot that this experience has taught me about the importance of self-advocating, meaning, yes, I can go and speak for you. And I even before I knew that it's always best for people to speak for themselves. Um, but sometimes they don't understand or they can't convey what they really want to say. But in this case with the pipeline, because these individuals are older, that's the other thing, y'all. Like these are older um, homeowners who work their tails off to have their homes. And like these are generational homes. For instance, like my grandparents are gone on, but the property is ours. And so where my mom is deceased, I'm her seat at the table. And so for them to just think they're going to run a pipeline through here and use, they basically said that it's the highest African American home ownership rate in Tennessee, as well as it beats the national average. So to me, this says that you took in the income what do they call it, median is 25,000. So I'm still saying we're talking about reparations when they're stealing land from right under our noses that our grandparents and our ancestors worked for. And unfortunately, because my generation wants to go and get the big houses in the live in the what do you consider the better neighborhoods. They don't want to be at the bottoms anymore. Yes, the bottoms raised me and the bottoms taught me, but I don't want to be at the bottom. No. um we got to go back and we got to save our community. um and we got to learn the importance of land. It's important. Like you can have nothing in the bank, but if you own land, you got something. And that was one of the things that my grandfather always said. It's important to own your land. And so, yeah. So this fight for me is very personal. But it also can be used on my last 15 hours. And so, yeah, it's just about, oh, yes, honey, eminent domain, that's a whole nother conversation. Eminent domain is not only low down, but for the record, I don't know if you guys know this, but when the Standing Rock Reservation was fighting the Dakota uh, Access Pipeline, or the Dakota Access Pipeline, because they were going to run it by, I can't remember what city, but that city fought them, and basically they found another route, and this route was by this reservation. And the reservation was against it because it messes with they're worried about it messing with their water. Well, President Obama put a stay on it, and so that the oil company couldn't do anything. It wasn't until President Trump got back in office, and that was one of the first things he did, which was lift the stay for the oil company. But he also created a permit called a nationwide permit 12. This permit allows oil companies to not one have to do an environmental study of the environment that they want to use for oil, and it allows them to not notify the public that they're about to do the work. And so it got like that thing, one, needs to be completely gone, but two, like, this is worse than redlining, y'all. You got people who you see were low income but own their homes, and you want to come and snatch these homes from them. Agreed. Land ownership. I have been reading that Bill Gates owns. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He, Bill Gates, yes, absolutely does. And I just learned that in the research that I've been doing for my city. Bill Gates owns a lot of land in New York. On is that Lee decades ago, they paved a parkway all through neighborhoods of several types, and it broke the neighborhoods. Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And don't think that these oil companies aren't. I'm trying to think of. They ain't got no morals, okay? So they'll get it how they want to get it. Um, yeah, and that's what I'm gonna say about that. Just know that some lives have been threatened. Like, this ain't a game. And she said, yes, I copy paste all my mod comments. Yes, I'm getting there. I'm learning. Um, he's out now. This is the time to make your voices heard by writing the new offices to X that the damage be stopped. So the beauty of it is, our Congressman Steve Cohen did have a sit down with President Biden. Vice President Al Gore will be here Sunday. We do have people like Morgan Freeman, Jane Fonda, a couple of celebrities are picking it up. And my goal is to make sure that the Grizzlies is aware, the Memphis Grizzlies, as well as um, the Redbirds, because we do have a professional uh, basketball and baseball team, as well as make sure that the area code 38109 knows. Like, and not only that, y'all, so this is a Memphis thing, but guess what? I was on a call last Monday called the Poor People's Network, and it's just it it's called Moral Mondays, and they just talk about the different things that are happening in areas that are considered poor around the country. All companies going to areas where they think the people will are less likely to fight them is a consistent pattern. And so the fact that this oil company has everything they need to get started permit wise, but hasn't gotten started, lets me know that those two properties that the county has, they need them. And so the county keeps pushing the vote off. And I believe it's to give the residents time to make noise. Like, okay, now y'all know, get together, gather up, rally, make a lot of noise, make a lot of noise, make a lot of noise, so that we can be heard. Because at the end of the day, it is the people that get to make the decision when you know. And so with the eminent domain, where Derek was saying, in this NW nationwide permit 12, if y'all looked it up, it gives the oil companies the right to have eminent domain, because somehow they're trying to make it seem that this crude oil is better for the overall general population. No, when it's affecting different places of water. Y'all, so much oil was spilled last year. Like, if you just Google oil spills in 2020, you're gonna be like, what? Yeah. And the fact that Flint, Michigan still does not have decent drinking water. Another thing that I forgot to share with you guys is, so our home is older. Um, we have a lead program. Um, oh, thank you, Sherry. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you so much. Um, I most definitely will. I most definitely will. I'm confident in me. And I'm not saying that egotistically. I just know who I am, and I know whose I am. And so people can either love it or leave it. It's life. Um, but the it was it the oil company I was talking about? I can't even remember. It just left my head, y'all. Do y'all know what's last name? I don't even remember. I don't remember. Um, but yes, I will definitely keep shining my light to the world. In all the places that I want to be. So if you see me in, uh, I'm gonna use positive because I know she don't mind. Oh, my daughter, and that's the thing. Okay, positive. Help me to remember that I'm about to use you. And it's you and Tita talk, but put that in your head. Um, our home got tested for lead, so we moved into the home that my husband grew up in, so that we could be closer to my mother-in-law. When my mother passed away, she left all of us an inheritance. I used my inheritance to pay off our home, which was going to be willed to my husband anyway. But I wanted to honor both my mom and his mom by paying it off and not wasting my mom's um, what do you call it, inheritance that she left me. Um, because I worked at a bank, and y'all just don't know how many times I saw people go through 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 in less than a year. I've seen 100,000 in less than 90 days. They was coming to the bank by themselves when they had no money. Once that money came through, baby, they was bringing everybody with them. So by me learning and working at a bank, I knew I wouldn't disrespect my mom legacy like that. Not to mention, my mom didn't want my brother in her home. She really didn't care what happened to her home. And so I had my husband, he just immediately built a room in our home for my brother. Um, and because I always knew that if something happened to my mom, I would take care of my brother. I knew that as a child. Like, as a child, I would have been like if family wouldn't have taken us or something, I would have been one of those kids in the system cutting up because I was gonna be with my brothers. Um, that's just me. Um, but there's a lead program, and so it's for houses built 1950 or earlier, and so our house is in there, and there is lead in our home, and the majority of the lead is in my daughter's room, who has autism, who's nonverbal. Um, the thing that there's so many, so even with this, there's so many what do you call it? Peace to it, because again, this is the house that my husband grew up in. They found lead in our home. My husband didn't start talking until he was about 5. Um, and lead, which I just learned this literally last week, not because of us having lead in our home, but because I'm following this whole pipeline thing. Lead can get into your DNA and change your DNA and pass on to your children, and or the effects of. And so now we're like, is that what happened with Desi? Just trying to figure it out, because um of course you always want to know why, but then realizing that her having lead in her room and us not knowing it, um it just, I don't know, it makes me feel some type of way, even though she had her diagnosis way before we moved into this house. um it's just, so I got a lot, you know. General permit number 12, contact your congress people and senators. Yep, on top of that, let them know how you feel. Yep, check to see if your state has adopted the GP12 into its land use policy. Write your state to. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, it rewrites DNA. And so I did not even know that. So like I'm dealing with that now. And though when she was tested, she's been tested for lead twice in her life. Because the first time I did consider vaccines. But I'm not an anti, well, I can't say I'm not an anti-vacciner. I don't know. I don't know yet. Um, I'm a cautious vacciner. I'll say that. And I say that because I do know that autism shows around 18 months. And so it would be easy to say that, oh, it's the shot, because that's the same time you get the MMR. But I distinctly remember Desi's doctor saying no to the one shot with the MMR and the rubella in it, and saying to do it as two different shots. Um, but I don't remember if she got that. But I do remember that my child would babble a lot like a baby when she was a baby. She had plenty to say. I do remember her doing imitation when she was a baby, um, imitating others, and then that stuff just went away. But again, you know, vaccine, or I don't know. I just keep doing what I have to do. So with the lead being in our home, we're waiting on people to come out and do a bid, but like some windows have to be replaced, some painting has to be done, some doors have to be removed. Um, Hold on. Same with lead, gas, took out in the night. In the 70s. Done tons of videos on vaccines. I'm convinced that correlation does equal causation. It could, and I'm still torn. And so that's why, because also when you have a doctor that says this one thing and then they come back and retract, you don't really know if they're retracting because their life is on the line, or if they're retracting because they really did mess up the study and then do the study properly. That's the other reason why I'm like, no, they don't need to come in here and bring no pipeline until this study is done about the clay of our aquifer and how much of a protective wall it is. Brian Hooker, Andrew Wakefield, and a ton of other reputable doctors say that there is a link between the jab messes with kids' brains neurologically. What's the jab? But I mean, I definitely thank you again so much, Sherry. I can't thank you enough. Um, I definitely have studied the vaccines. And I'm I'm a cautious vacciner. So, like, when my children have children, will they get their vaccines? Yes. Will they get them on the schedule of how they're supposed to get them? No, because I think that MMR vaccines should be given later in life, and I also think that it it needs to be the one dose of the two together, not not separate shots. I mean, I'm sorry, separate shots, not the one dose together, because the one dose together is the one that has the most conflict about it. Um, but yeah, and so let me say this too, with the since we're talking about vaccines, I know I hear a lot of people saying that they have to take the C-19 because of their job. They have to. That's not true. Hold on, Derek. It's the fact that most of them have thermal salt in them, basically mercury, should make folks pause. Yes, absolutely. But you do know there is some mercury in our body, right? Like, but that's the other piece. Like the mineral, our body does carry minerals, and so that's the other reason why I'm not with the whole chelation thing. Like somebody brought that to me about Desi because somebody cousin, brother, sister in the church had autism and they did chelation and um their child is fine now. Look up chelation and see what all that requires. I'm not finna strip my baby of anything um in the hopes of possibly trying to fix something. They also have electro shock therapy. Look up. Oh God, what's her name? I cannot think of her name. She's a she's a Caucasian young lady. Um, she does have a YouTube channel, I believe. I definitely know she has a Carly Fisherman. She uses her device to talk. My daughter uses a device to talk, but look her up. Um, oh, Squealing. I don't know. I guess I'm saying it. Squalene confirmed aborted fetal cells and other nasty stuff. Yes, that's a witch's brew. Show enough. Which vaccine are you talking about with that one, Derek? Um, but Carly Fisherman decided to do the electromagnetic shock therapy. In doing that, she lost a lot of the abilities that she already had. And so that was kind of sad to see. And she was old enough to make the decision for herself. And because she was smart enough to research things for herself, she wanted to do it. Um, Vaccines are constantly reformulated. A lot of people still believe they are made with the same stuff they were years ago. I split my kids' vaccine up. Yes, that's the Johnson and Johnson one right there, allegedly. Okay. Um, and that is true. Vaccines definitely have changed up. And so Carly did the like what did I tell y'all? Electromagnetic response therapy. And it's basically yeah, EMR is basically where they shock areas of your brain. Um I'm sorry because I just saw Derek's comment. The insert tells you the ingredients generally, but the aborted babies are in almost all of them. Mm. Um, when Carly did it, she lost a lot of her abilities. She begged people not to blame her parents because it was her choice, and her parents, because she was smart enough to do the research, they went along with it. Um, and so yeah, there's a lot of things out here that possibly could, might've, woulda, shoulda, coulda But I think I'm just gonna stick to Temple Grandin, and I'm just gonna keep um, teaching, reinforcing, loving my daughter for who she is, and allowing her to teach me. And many people don't know. Let me just say this to these good YouTube streets. And like I said, my daughter page, I shared it. But and y'all can ask her. Let me see what Derek says. When you see the word diploid, that's a kind way of saying aborted cell line. Thermosol not in vax for children since 2001. Still used in some flu vaccines. I don't get the flu. I don't even get the vaccine. Yearly flu vax recommend for all children. I don't get them. Worried about thermosol, you can ask for a flu vaccine without it. Okay. I love Temple Grandin too. I love her mom the most. What's crazy is I fell in love with that movie before I ever had a child with autism. Her mom was just so, she wasn't going, and that's me. I'm not going. This is gonna get what she needs to be her best self. But my children can tell you that the temperament that you guys see now, the person that stays calm, the person that tries not to yell, but I can yell if I got to be heard in a crowd. Um, I ain't always been this person. Like Desi really taught me how to shut up about some stuff. Uh, Even when it comes down to kids, like I remember I saw an old Facebook post that I did like in 2009, where a kid was falling out in the store or something, and I posted on Facebook about it. I was like, you can tell this child don't get no whooping. Baby, listen, the Lord put a little girl in my life that taught me, don't you say ish about nobody kid, lady, because you don't know what's going on in the house. You don't know if the child getting whoopings or not. You don't know if the child is being disciplined properly or not. You don't know if the child has any type of disorders. You don't know. I remember one time, and it was in the wintertime, Desi was so fascinated with this daggum turquoise tank top. And so I quickly learned to stop fighting her about clothes and allow her to pick and choose her clothes. So it was the wintertime. We had a doctor's appointment. Guess what my baby had on? A tank top. Okay. Oh, Keish, thank you. Oh, I love you too. And I miss you too. I gotta get over there. Thank you so much. Thank you. Um, but she had the tank top on, and I took a picture of it and posted on my Facebook. And I had on a leather jacket with a scarf around my neck and everything. And I just said, um, there was a time that, thank you so much, Keisha. Thank you. There was a time that I would see a parent dressed like this, and I would talk about them for being fully covered and dressed, and the child is not. Now, mind you, she did put on her coat to go inside the building and out the building. Um, but she had on a tank top. That taught me, stay in my lane. You don't know why. She was happy. She was smiling. She picked out her own clothes. Um, I've been MIA too. Um, she picked out her own clothes. So am I more excited about the fact that she picked out her own clothes, or am I more worried about what somebody's gonna say? I'm more excited about the fact that she picked her own clothes. My child has sensory processing disorder. If I comb her hair 4 times a month, that's good. That's real good, because it is a major fight to comb her hair. It is thick. It is real curly. Um, it requires a lot of maintenance. The beauty is it holds moisture. So if it is once a week or once every 2 weeks, when I take it down, it's still moist. It holds moisture. So people could say she get her hair done, but then she don't get her baby's hair done, or she don't take care of her baby's hair, or there's so many things that can be said that I have said myself, y'all. I'm telling you, I've said it myself. Until God bless me with Dizzy. Baby, I don't talk about how nobody raised their children. Thank you so much, Keisha. Thank you. two great documentaries on this topic are Trace the Mounts and Vax. Actually met Andrew Wakefield at the Vax screening here in Philadelphia. That man is a folk hero. I would definitely look at that. Aisha, you're just good people. Bless your heart. Thank you. I am blessed good people. You've been at the South too long, though, dear. You got to know that bless your heart now is sarcasm. Like bless your heart. That's sarcasm for being a little naive to some things. Um, but yeah, so that little girl quickly taught me and changed a lot about me. And so when you're living the life that I have lived, when you live the life that I've lived, and that's not taking anything from anybody, not adding, all I'm simply saying is when you live the life I've lived, when you're living the life that I'm currently living, you quickly realize what's important, what's priority, what matters. Um, yes, thanks for the recommendations, Derek. Thanks, Keish. He said, "What? No way. Oh yeah." He said, "Oh dear. Oh yeah. Bless your heart." Now in the South has become a like you po baby. Bless your heart. You just don't know no better. Type of thing. But yeah. Just like Precious, like, oh, hey, she's ain't she precious? Well, because of the movie Precious, Precious has gotten changed to something else. But yeah, those are new Southern twangs. But yes, I just, I don't know. I love people. I love having fun. I'm not serious all the time, though I think people think I am serious all the time. I smile because I um I choose to smile. But there's really been some days that I hadn't been able to smile. Um, Still learning, still researching, so much more to learn. Absolutely. Uh, so it's been a growing process, y'all. But again, I just wanted to let you guys kind of know where I was, share my little rant about YouTube, um, share my little rant about content creators and realizing that we're coworkers and like some of the stuff that's said is so. This is gonna sound bad, but I'm gonna say it because it's true. When I hear people say things like talking behind the scenes with folk, or especially here on YouTube, because in order to collaborate, in order to come together with people, you have to have conversations with people. In order to support people, sometimes a simple email, DM, great job has to happen. If that's considered messy, that makes me wonder, have they ever worked in a position where they had to build something? And what I mean by that is um, working in a bank. I had to build my clientele. I had to I had goals to meet each month. I had to sell so many houses. I had to or close on so many houses. I had to close on so many uh, uh, equity loans. I had to close on so many line of credits, open so many bank accounts. Like every job I've just about had to deal with networking, growing, collaborating. Most times I collaborated with men. Example, if the commercial banker in my location was a black male, but guess what? If I saw somebody who had some stuff that was going on commercial, hey, I'm gonna hand him over to him, and we would go for drinks after lunch. I'm a whole married woman. I mean, after work, whole married woman. Like my husband trusts me, I trust my husband. It's called growth. Like so I struggle with it because that's the only way you can grow. You got to step off into other areas that you're not sure about, but you can't be afraid. You got to be willing to talk. Now, my girl Just Blaze, she gave me a little hint, which is sometimes stay in the bushes until you know for sure that it's cool. And that's where positive pusher comes in. I have been watching Montita for months. I live Tita Talks. I've been watching her for months. And when I say months, months, because when I go there, I get a little bit of my grandma, I get a little bit of my mama with the cussing, grandma with the cussing and the wise saying. And when Tita get mad, baby, she reminds me exactly of my grandmama, because my grandmama say what she mean what she say. And if your feelings hurt while it said, oh well, get over it. Now do you want some to eat? Um, and so that's what I love. But I just never dropped down because I wasn't sure. And then I saw positive pusher drop down. And she said, hey, Montita. Boy, I dropped, it was like a kid. I jumped down. I was like, hey, Miss Tita, I've been watching you for a long time, but I didn't know if I could drop down. Then I saw positive drop down. So I was like, okay, I'm safe. This is a good place. And the sad part is it shouldn't be that way. Are you a part of the Positive Tribe family? If not, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and get connected. Oh, thank you. See, what you're explaining is maturity hosts. Many broken, dysfunctional people out there. Building coalitions is foreign to that type of person, but you make plenty of sense. Yeah, like that's what it is, and it makes me sad because some of us could be making some major money right now, but we don't make money moves. um, because we don't even try to get to know people. We just form our opinion about people, and then that's that on that. Um, Same happened to me. A channel judge of mine told me that she was looking at my channel for months. Scary in one way, humbling in another. Yeah, simple living with Raina is someone who had been watching me for months, and um, when she dropped down, she really blessed me. It just blessed me. Keely says, I have to sign off now. It's weirdly warm outside today, 60 degrees. Time to work repairs to my car. Keep spreading positive, peaceful, responsible energy and communication. Best to you all. Thank you, Keely. I'm sorry. And that's the plan. Oh, are you saying it's pronounced? Okay. That's the plan. Yeah, I said I was gonna be here real quick. I'm approaching 2 hours. Thank you again, talking out loud, Keish. I love you as well. Thank you again, Sherry. I love you as well. I love all y'all, and I do thank y'all for supporting me and rocking with me. To think, y'all, I'm not a year old in this thing yet, so I'm learning. She said, LL, you are so funny. I support a lot of people when they are talking about things that are more my speed. I'm there. If there is anything else, I let them be and come back when it's content I enjoy. Absolutely. See you later, Catonio. But I do send me your email. Give me your email. Do you have an IG? If you have IG, DM me your email on IG. Trying to see if he's gone. Yeah. And so I do support a lot of people, but I don't feel that supporting means, ooh, we best buds, or ooh, I agree. Okay, you do have an IG? It's my name. Or you can DM me on Facebook. It's my name. And then I'm gonna get the Apple Card to you today. But yes, I don't know. I know that God did this, that this channel is definitely what I'm supposed to be doing. Um, and I make no apologies for who I am. I am unapologetically me. I did find it funny when I realized how many people had me blocked and I didn't know it. So I'm still sticking on. If you're gonna block people, and I wish I could see my face because I'm literally doing. Hold on. Uh, that's how you prevent a camera slip. Y'all see that? That's how you prevent a camera slip. But if you gonna block people, don't talk about them because it makes you look like weak sauce. Because that person can't respond to something negative that you're saying about them. So all I'm saying is you can block who you want to block. That's your business. You know, who you want to see, who you don't want to see. Yes, my hair's in a puff. It's March though. So what y'all don't know is what happened in March. Don't get used to it. March is usually haircutting season for me. Yeah. If you're gonna be the person that block people, don't talk about them, okay? That's weak. Like you're not giving a person the opportunity to respond or defend themselves. Now, if you're just blocking because you don't want to see they BS or positivity or their spirit, because everybody ain't gonna vibe with everybody. I've said that before. Everybody isn't gonna vibe with everybody. Everybody isn't gonna get along with everybody. That's okay. Some spirits, some energies just aren't gonna link up. That's okay. You still can be cordial to one another, but don't be around here blocking folk. Okay. And talking negative about them. That doesn't make sense. If you're going to block somebody, block them, keep it moving, and don't speak their name at all. Amen. Amen. Yeah. Thank y'all so much for that little PSA there. He said hashtag camera slip. Oh no, Derek, I got hold on. When I say support, I mean join a live or watch a video from time. Yeah, absolutely. Support is a relative term. Did a few videos on that word, and it does not mean the same for all content creators. It does not. That is for sure. I learned it the hard way as well. Hashtag camera slip. Derek, that camera slip was so intentional because let me see. Peep this, right? So this is it with the camera on. You know what that is? You can go to the Dollar Tree and get it. You can go Five Below and get it. You just put it on your phone, slides right over your camera. You ain't ever got to worry about. Me on out. That's because she said loud, Aisha. It kicked me on out, but yes. So see, that's me sliding it over. It's me sliding it back. Slide over. Should not be um something that happens often. Uh-oh. Hold on, yeah. Did the time stop? And that's what I get for being silly. But I was trying to help the peoples. Joy, joy. Hey, Joy. That's right, Catonio. Was it that cough? It's actually in the Dollar Tree. It's over there where the phone stuff is, but literally it's just the little um thing that you slide over, so it has your screen part out. Um, I mean, your camera circuit out like there, but you can slide it over, and so that way, if you ever have a camera slip, your camera is still covered. Um, da, 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 da. That's right. Respect due to Aisha Memphis. I'm gonna step aside to handle business. I can't say bless. Yes, you can. You can say bless you. It's the bless your heart. But I will say I run with you. I run with you too, big brother. Don't play with it. Good morning, my joy. Chat room, y'all take care. Well, go on. Philly girl, Philly girl. Hey, love. So happy that you stopped in with us. But yeah, so the I didn't have a camera slip, but I definitely wanted the people to see what I had to say about that one. Like don't block people if you're gonna talk crap about them. That now that to me is immature. Um, Give me the opportunity to either respond or ignore. Most times I'm gonna ignore, believe it or not. Um, because that's just me. But y'all, I have been on here much longer than I thought that I would. Um, but I'm happy to have come on today. Y'all got a little bit about everything, so you kind of got it's a lot packed in here. But you did get a little bit about what's personally going on. A couple of my YouTube rants, my position on YouTube and other content creators. Um, my position on collaborations and working together. Um, and I guess lastly, I would just say that for me, YouTube is a place of work. Like all those people to be like, man, I just be on here just fooling around. I mean, I come on. This ain't my money. I go to work. I'm breathing, but well, I don't have that luxury right now. So for me, YouTube is kind of like my workplace. I take it seriously, and I ain't got no beefs. And when I say I don't have any beefs, I mean it. I don't have any beef. Do people have beef with me? Possibly. But I ain't got beef with nobody. You feel me? I don't have time for it. My mind don't like I can't clutter my mind up with those type of things. And I encourage others to try not to clutter their minds with those type of things because life is too short, y'all. It's too short. And there are so many things already against us that we definitely don't need to be fighting against each other. Um, what I do find funny though is we love to miss. We love to miss. And who don't? If you watched All My Children, if you watched Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, was it Passions, the one with the little short leprechaun? Um, any of those soap operas, period, in English or any other language, you like a little drama. You like a little mess. You like it. Hey, Twisted Tips. What's up? It just is what it is. And that's okay. So true. Actually, every day someone I know dies. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah. Just like my husband um just had a friend who's I don't know. I can't remember who the first. I think his mom passed. No, his dad passed from C-19 one week, and the next week his mother passed from it. Like life is too short to spend hours upon hours arguing, screaming, yelling, um, messing with your blood pressure, messing with the veins in your brain, putting yourself in a position where you could particularly cause yourself to have a stroke or an aneurysm. That doesn't make sense to me. If I can't add anything to your life, my goal is definitely not to take anything from it. If my energy can't help you lift your energy, then I'm gonna stay away, not because I don't want to be around you, but because I don't want to lower your vibrations um or your energy. And if we want to get super saved about it, and folk, I don't believe in energy. What is the spirit? Energy. Have you ever touched somebody and you shocked yourself, or y'all shocked each other? Yes, because that's energy. and we do exchange energy when we interact with each other. I got real ish that make me tired. I ain't about to be tired trying to have a friendship or trying to have a relationship or a YouTube ship or any type of ship. Like, I'm not gonna do that. I can't. Um, However, I'm gonna always respect others. Period. Um, Even if they disrespect me, I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna respect people. The one thing I can say is what y'all see now is what I brought to you guys back in May. I'm that same person. I hadn't changed. The likelihood of me changing, as in reverting backwards in life, is not high. The probability of that is not high. Um, because I choose joy. I choose peace. And when you do those things, it takes nothing for me to walk away. It takes nothing for me to say, okay, this isn't for me, because I'm accountable for more than just my life. Let's just spend our days in joy, peace, love, and happiness in good health as possible. Absolutely. 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 So, y'all, I have done what most Baptist preachers do, say, I won't be before you long. And we're about to hit the two-hour mark, which means I have been before you long. Glad I wasn't driving, that I did decide to stop. I had just gotten my Starbucks. So I'm sitting in Starbucks parking lot, but I know my coffee good and cold. Good and cold. He's out now. Oh yeah, yeah, most definitely. Trying to make sure I hadn't missed anybody's comments. Ooh. Y'all, thank you so much. Again, talking out loud with Keish. Thank you. I love you too. Um, Fantastic travel, Sherry. I love you too. I can assure you that I will keep shining my light. I am going to do better. I will keep you guys posted on my Desi. We go to the hospital on Friday, and so I'll let you guys know that all is well. But keep her and us in your prayers. Um, and yeah, all I can say is stay positive. Keep your head up. Remember who you are. If you don't know who you are, um, take time with yourself to find that space and place, because that's what you get to hold on to when you do get to a place where you're meeting different people, because with different people come different things. And um my grandma used to always say, and I've heard other people say it, pastors in the pulpit, new levels, new devils. The devil himself is the same that he's always been. He uses the same tactics that he's always used. It's our responsibility to kind of figure out what those tactics are, and don't let him use us to display them. And that's just life. Yeah, that's just life. So, for those that catch the replay, sorry, but not sorry that it's 2 hours long. But there is a lot in this 2 hours. So I don't even really know how I'm gonna tag this video, because we talked about a lot of stuff in this video. A lot of stuff. But my encouragement is still to always be true to you. If you can't be true to you, you can't expect anyone else to be true to you. And check your trauma. And what I mean by check your trauma is I believe that as Americans, and someone from a third world country will probably say, please stop. Y'all have not had any issues. But I do believe as Americans, we've had our share of trauma alone in society, like societal trauma, in addition to family issues that some of us may have grown up with. Don't allow those to define you. Allow those moments to be stepping stones to help you see above the current situation you're in so you can see what's ahead. Um, Trouble don't last always. Um, what's the saying? A storm cloud doesn't sit over uh, one house. It has to move. Um, and those are the things to just remember, even when it doesn't look um, bright or it doesn't look well. Remember those things. Remember where you've been. Remember some of the darkest moments in your life and where you are now. I can honestly say that with everything that I've experienced in the last 3 years, and it's been rough. Um, I'm still a better person because of it. I didn't allow it to make me bitter. And for who believe in God Almighty, let's pray fervently and faithfully. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because prayer works, prayer changes things. I love the acronym PUSH, pray until something happens. And understand that when things don't go our way, that's God protecting us. That's how I see it. Um, Especially when I know that I put out good stuff into the universe. I um, try my best to do things that I know will honor God. Do I cuss? Absolutely. Do I think God holds me accountable for that? No, because who came up with cuss words? Who said it was a cuss word? Like, don't. And this is why I say, find God for yourself. Get to know Him for yourself. Um, don't let anybody feed you any bull crap about Him. Get to know him for yourself, and you will find that God is not this man that sits on the throne and is like, Aisha, you have sinned today. I'm going to punish you by allowing your car to catch a flat on the highway. And that's not God. God calls us friend. So he's somebody we can really go to and talk to and be like, you know what, God, listen, peep this, right? Like, I can tell you 2 times that I probably talked to God, and he probably really looked at me like, this girl here is crazy. One, when my baby came out and she was not breathing, and the nurse was saying, breathe, baby, breathe. And I literally was on the operating table, raised up. The doctor was telling me to lay back, and I'm screaming at God, you better make her breathe. You told me to have her. You better make her breathe. God, this is how I'm talking to him. And then when my aunt got cancer, and this was after my mom passed, this is the aunt that I love. She's always been a light in my life. She's always been someone I admired, looked up to. Like, she's always lived a life that the church would say is pleasing in the eyes of God. And she went in July and got a mammogram that said nothing, only to find a lump 2 weeks later. And it was the worst kind of cancer and wasn't the same that my mom had. And I went to God then. I was like, God, you took my mother. This is the one person that I have, the closest thing that I have to a mother. And now you made her, like, I was angry, but I can talk to God like that. We can talk to God because he wants us to. He doesn't want to be this, he doesn't make us choose him. He doesn't force us to worship him. And he wants us to trust him. And it's okay to talk to him because guess what? If you said it in your head, you said it. It was already said. So who better to talk to on a real level than the person who created you? And sometimes he come back at me with, well, you know, so yeah. I didn't mean to even go there, but get to know him for yourself. So yeah. That's all I got. Do y'all got anything y'all want to say? I can let's see. Um trying to see I dropped the link, y'all, but I don't guess I can. Oh, wait a minute. Look at God. Hold on here. Okay. I have dropped the link if anybody has anything. And if not, I'm gonna get ready to get off of here. Um, your energy is so positive. That is what draws me. Oh, thanks. Yours too, Keish. Girl, I love going over to your channel and I love that you love to have fun. Um, because I like to have fun. Like it's it's okay to be fun. Can I use your music? What music do I have? I don't have any music. For real. I'm just getting out the shower. Oh, you're good. You're good. That one that you make shareable. What do I make shareable? I'm sorry. I don't have a license for music. Yeah, I don't have a license for music. Yeah, I'm about to get off of here, but I do love you guys. I appreciate you guys um for just being who you are. Again, thank you all for your time. Thank you, Keish. I love you too for the super chat. Thank you, Sherry. I love you too for the thank you for the super chat, and I love you too. And I will definitely keep shining my light to the world. I will not let anyone dim it. Hey, is it Bundy Ba Be Wife? Good morning, love. You can get a DJ to make a beat for you. Yep, and you also can use GarageBand if you have an iPhone. Okay, sugar, please do, please do. I talked about a lot. You can red ball through it though. Put it on 2 times. Um, yeah. So y'all, I'm about to get off of here. I got to run the Bath and Body Works real quick to change out some fragrances, and once I do that, I'm over into the house. Um, I thank you guys so much for coming in. Yes, love, you got her. Hey, I try my best. My husband told me I need to put parentheses, the pronunciation behind my name. Okay, yes, I've heard. Thank you guys. No problem. No problem at all. But yes, thank you guys so much for spending this time with me. Please hit the thumbs up button. For those of you that are gonna catch the replay, I'm good with you. She said, did somebody say Bath and Body Works? Yeah, I got some fragrances that I don't like. For the wildflowers, so I'm gonna take them and change them out for a fragrance that I do like. Um, and the same for some the room sprays that I got. And then I got a little coupon. I might do a little shopping. I don't know. I'm gonna see. Um, but I probably won't. But yes, y'all, please hit the like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I just found out 51% of my listeners are actually subscribed to me. So the other 40 something percent that listen to me, um, they're not even subscribed. Y'all hadn't even hit the red button. She said, "LOL, don't go too crazy." Oh, absolutely not. I'm definitely gonna take the fragrances in that I got. It's some wildflower. What are these wildflowers? Something that I thought smelled good, and then the boys didn't even like it no more. They was like, I don't like that. This fresh balsam. So I'm gonna change that for, I guess, champagne toast if they have some, and get me some the eucalyptus and, is it eucalyptus and mint? The one for stress relief. Subscriber got my sister subscribed to, girl. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cause I did. I was like, dang, so 40 something, almost 50 something percent of the people that listen to me are not subscribed to me. So yes, I got some work to do. Some serious work to do. But thank y'all so much. I love you guys. I do mean that genuinely. I am sending lots of love, joy, peace, and blessings your way. It's okay. Remember, you are responsible for your own happiness. Nobody can make you happy but you. So yeah, until next time, I love you guys. Enjoy your day and spread something positive out into the atmosphere. You have a great day as well, Cindy. Thank you again, Bundy, Fantastic Travels, Keish. Thank you so much, Positive Pusher, for being a staple in my life. Sherry, did I say Cindy? Yeah. Refresh Bar, thank you so much. Um, Derek, Joy, uh, I think I said Cindy, Philly Girl, Positive, Catanio, um, Keely, and anybody else that I missed. Thank you. And thank you all again for the super chats. Keish, that means more to me than you know. And yeah. All right. Y'all be safe. Love you guys. Bye.